Hello everyone, this is Mukundan Raghavan. In previous videos, we have seen what is MCP and how to install Playwright MCP server in VS Code. And today, we are going to see how to create the prompt files. We have been using the prompts in the chat window itself to do different activities by the power of LLMs and the Playwright MCP server. However, sometimes we need to have very complex prompt, which is also to be reusable. And also, when you have in file format, you can have the version control management. So for that reason, today we are going to create the prompt file. How to create a prompt file using GitHub Copilot. Here go to the settings and it will be having the option called prompt files. Click on new prompt file or you can use the existing prompt file. Let's create from the scratch new prompt file and we are going to create the user data folder. Under the user data folder, this prompt will be created. I'm just creating test. Enter. Here, it will be asking me which mode I want to write the prompt file. For example, I need to write in agent mode. Basically, once I have the mode of agent, I can define my task here. For example, let's consider this simple scenario. Every time you want to set up the Playwright project from the scratch. And also you need to have the different folder structure to implement the page object model and reusable utilities and any other structure that is required for the enterprise level of Playwright project. It is my initial prompt. So let me see how to create the prompt file using this. Now I'm going to tell create prompt file. Basically, it will be the MD file, markdown file. Enter. Here you can see it is giving every detail about what we need to do when you initialize a new project. You need to have the npm and playwright install, and you will run the sample test, and you will have the different folder structures, and you will have the page object model, reusable utilities, and all this information. And once you have this, you can save it into the .md file. However, I have already this MD file, so let me open that and show you how it looks like. Again, click on prompt files, and here you can see the existing prompt files, including our test. Now I click on the Playwright boot, and here you can see it has agent mode and it has step-by-step instruction how to initialize a new project in Playwright. And even it will have the folder names and folder structure and task and constraints and output. So everything is mentioned here. Now what we need to do, just go to the GitHub Copilot. Maybe you can have the new chat. Let me close this. Now I need to add this context. It will be in the recent one, so I can drag it, or otherwise you can go to the user folder is nothing but your app data, roaming, code, user. Under the user, you will be having the prompts folder. Under that, all the prompts that you create, that will be here. Now we are using the playwright underscore boot. I'm going to add that as a context. And now I just type create project. I am typing very simple prompt because I have written every detail in the prompt file. Now it is asking empty folder, continue. I need to create one empty folder. Let me go to the desktop and create new folder. MCP demo with boot. Click OK. Now let's see the magic. And it is asking for the permission, continue. Even I don't need to insert any values because by default it's taking some values. Here you can see it is already created config folders, data folder, pages, test, utils, environment.ts. Even it is creating the sample data file, login data.json. package.json. And now it's trying to check the verification by using the npx tsc no emit. Click on that. Now again, yes, npx playwright test --- list. Here you can see it has added the shortcut list test means npx playwright test --- list. So now here you can see project setup is completed and all the folders has been created, including utility folders, config folder, test data folder, and also it has checked the type checking. You can see the folder structure here now. So here config folder with environment.ts. You can have the different environment setup. Basically, it has given the basic template and data folder, login data. Maybe you can use the username and password. Node modules by default, it will come. Pages. It has created the sample page, test class, login test, utilities, custom logger, and package JSON with the basic information. Even it had the shortcut. You don't need to type every time npx playwright test. You can directly type test playwright config file with basic setup, ts config, whatnot. Everything has been set up with single prompt. But this time, instead of typing everything in the prompt, we have given us a prompt file. And in this entire video, we have seen how to create the prompt file, where it will be saved, and the sample project which was created using the prompt file. And this is all about this video. And always be a rainbow in others' cloud.